Well, hello again, classic F1 fans and Kyosho collectors. So I got another one of these F1 cars here from this F1 Lotus collection here. You'll see here it says 690 yen, so that's like less than $5 back when this was made. Around the year 2009. Okay, and then as you can see, all these castings, those are all unique castings to the collection, and there's 2 liveries of each. Alright, this is used, of course. I mean, things are 2009, so let's see. So it has a Japanese card here. I'm reading Wikipedia. This car raced in 1985, and oh, there it is. Has a V6 of 1.6 liters, I think. Let's see what Wikipedia. No, 1.5 liter V6, and that thing was making like 760 to 810 horsepower. And then the car only weighed 540 kilos, which is an extremely crazy power to weight ratio. I have a scooter that weighs like 150 kilos, but that scooter probably has 12 horsepower. Right? So that's nuts. I mean, three of my scooters weigh as much as this F1 car, but this thing has 800 horsepower. It's, alright, maybe 4 of my scooters, but whatever. Alright, let's see these photos. So this, livery, number 12 car, was driven by the late, great Ayrton Senna. And then I think this might be a photo of his nephew driving it in modern times. Okay. Can't really find an image of the rear. A couple other interesting notes here on Wikipedia. Says this car has the early form of barge boards and some sort of rear winglets. We'll have to see if they're on the model or not. So if this car ran 16 different races and it won 3 of them. 9 podiums as well. Okay. So let's just get into this model if I could focus on the thing. There we go. So with Kyosho's, you have these exposed axles most often on their F1 cars. I think there's no way around it because the wheels are so thin, you can't really press a plastic wheel onto an axle with only like 4 millimeters, 3 millimeters to work with. So they have this axle probably going through it. Yeah, I think it's right there. I'm touching it. But it's painted black, so it's not too offensive. I mean, at least they got that down. You'll see the black paint. It's very, very shiny, of course. Hopefully there aren't any bubbles or paint rash. But then the gold paint is on it. It's not a decal, so that's why I like Kyosho a lot. And you can see the pinstriping. It's John Player Special livery. All the sponsorship seems pretty legible. Renault there. This is a Renault, by the way, right? Or powered by a Renault. Okay, well, the Eagle Goodyear printing seems to be pretty good on, well, maybe it's, at least it's concentric. Maybe the actual letters aren't so great there, but it's concentric. And then let's see here. So you have the suspension with air passing through the arms. And perhaps this is that early form of barge board that Wikipedia was mentioning. Yeah, I would have to imagine so. So the air is deflecting out there. Alright, so now look at this, the depth of this radiator inlet. That's crazy deep. It's, it's just going all the way in. And then I have to imagine this is the actual radiator, which Kyosho has some nice ribbing here. You can hear it's part of the metal casting. And then look at this funky thing. What is this? Is like a, I don't know if it's like a winglet. I guess this is that rear winglet that was also mentioned on Wikipedia. I just thought it was going to be vertical like a barge board, but I guess that's for more downforce. Okay, we have a black plastic interior. You can see some molded buckle action for the harness. And back then you still had a round steering wheel on F1 cars, and it's actually passing air. You got this silver plastic like roll hoop here. Alright, a aqueduct. It's a little paint orange peely. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm making up my own English in this review. So it's not the smoothest, but I don't really see a great deal of paint rash. I don't know if these little dots are contaminants or paint rash, but very cool. Look at the gold stripe. It comes all the way around the cockpit. So that's not easy to do. Although it's missing here. I don't know if that's intentional. I guess it is. Looking at the photo. Yeah, that matches the photo. For some reason the gold pinstripe just stops around here and then starts up there. Now, what's I'm also noticing though, on the real photographs, this text reads John Player Special, which I believe is a brand of cigarettes. And Kyosho doesn't like to have cigarette stuff on there. So it's quite interesting that they swapped it out with Team Lotus Special instead of John Player Special. I guess that's better than just having nothing, you know, or just having special, right? That would be weird. So I guess I approve that decision. If you're going to have to get rid of tobacco sponsorship, make something up that looks similar to it. And there we have the great driver's name. Kyosho's roll, by the way, it's actually quite, yeah, I guess it makes sense because it's built like a Hot Wheels that it would roll very, very well. Alright, going to the rear wing, we have the Team Lotus or Special instead of GPS, and then I don't know what this is. It's very common on these vehicles, but again, the photos, this is JPS. So now I guess is that supposed to be a TLS? It looks like a T, but it also looks like a C and a B and a C and an A. CABC? What? Well, anyways, it's some sort of funkiness. It's supposed to look like a JPS. Alright, the side of the wings, we have the gold and the Goodyear printed alright. No, nothing on the bottom of the wing, but the wing itself is curved pretty well. You'll notice it's just one single strut here holding this wing. And then you can see the diffuser kicking up quite a bit. Interesting. So I guess that's vacuuming it down, and maybe the top side is actually forcing it down as well. And then you get a little differential and suspension detail, and again there's air passing through. The black axle is there, but being black it's not so bad. You can see a little bit of the plastic base here, you know, outside of the diecast. So this diecast is press fit together with that plastic base. It tells you the scale, what it is, and who made it, so that's pretty good. And then obviously it's running slick tires, so a little extra rubber on this one. This model is over 10 years old, but the rubber is still pretty soft, and it doesn't seem to be cracking, so that's nice. Alright, that was a very close, you know, I was really zoomed in on that, and it still managed to look good, so very impressive, Kyosho. Alright, a couple of other Lotus cars from the collection. We have a 72E, which ran between 73 and 75. That's their same livery. Mini GT had this recent release of the Lotus 78 that ran in 77, I guess. I like how they have the tread grooves on that one. This Kyosho is a Lotus 88 that ran in 1981. Alright, we'll put it there. And then for me, this is what F1 cars look like to me. This is a Lotus 102. Ran in the early 90s. And then the last one we'll slap up is this Sparky of this Red Bull Racing from the 2022 season, Verstappen. So that thing is just massive. So I'm slowly building up a Lotus F1 car collection. It wasn't intentional, it's just that I'm lucky enough to run into these things at used toy stores every now and then. What's nice is, you know, these things are from 2009, and there's no major paint rash. Right? So, not all Kyoshos are immune to paint rash, but these look pretty darn good, so I'm really happy. So it's always interesting to learn about F1. I don't watch F1. Never really was a consistent F1 watcher or even aficionado. I just like car design. You know, I like all the different shapes going on, and that's I think one thing everyone that likes F1 can agree on. It's always interesting to see the chassis change so much to get around the rule books. Okay, so don't be surprised if I pick up some more F1 cars from Kyosho, and we'll see you in those videos. Cheers.